Hi, this is Fred from MyTraderCards.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to upload content and get started making trader cards. So we're going to start by logging in, and you'll remember that the login drops you onto the user dashboard, and we have here our My Teams list that is all of the teams that you have associated yourself with, and a summary of the content that's available for every player on that team. You'll remember from the team setup video that we have a handy step-by-step guide here that will guide you through the process. You may remember going through these steps as part of that video. One thing I'll show you now is that the menu bar at the top actually has the same options available in it. So at any time you can come in here and modify your setup data in any way that you need to. So what I'm going to do now is add one more team to my teams list, and that will help me illustrate some of the capabilities of the upload portion of the website. So I'm going to go ahead and add the Pirates to my team. And if I go back to my dashboard, I can see now that my list has both the Angels and the Pirates in it, and I can switch between them, and the table will be updated with the players from that team. Okay, at this point, I'd like to go through the overall process for how content is submitted and cards are made. And to explain that, I put together this diagram. So in this diagram, the blue sections are steps that the team photographer participates in, and the gray sections are steps that happen on the MyTraderCards.com side. So for the photographer steps, we have the setup, which is what we went over in the previous video that you can find at this link. And that's all about getting your team set up and your players named properly and all of the data right on the website. What we're going to cover in this video is how we upload content to the website, and how we take that content once it's uploaded and we assign card styles to it that triggers the card making process on the MyTraderCards.com side. So these are two separate and distinct steps. So upload, you'll upload your photos, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And once they're uploaded, they will show up in your dashboard as raw status. Now, to get from there to having them be submitted for making into cards, we need to go through an additional step, which is select card styles. Now, it is possible to combine these two steps into one. If you want MyTraderCards.com to pick the card style for you, you can do it all in a single step, and I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, so let's go ahead and upload some images. So from the menu, you'll select Make Trader Cards and then Tag and Upload Images. So this page is laid out so that you can start on the left-hand side here by browsing for images on your file system. So I'm going to shift-click to select all of the images in that range, and I'm going to open all of the images in that folder. So I get a nice list of images that I'm working with. And here in the second column, I can choose from the teams that are in my teams list. And let's say that I want to work with the Angels. So that'll give me a list of players here to work with. And then I can take a series of actions on those images. So I mentioned earlier that you could have MyTraderCards.com select templates for you. And if you select the Pick Templates for Me option in this radio button, then as soon as you upload an image, you're completely done with it. You don't have to do anything else. This is the simplest and easiest way to use the website. On the other hand, if you want to select the templates that are used for your players, you can click this radio button when you upload the image, and you'll have a second step to go through to select card styles in order to assign those images to a template. So I'll demonstrate both to you so you see how they work. So we'll start by taking the simple route and letting MyTraderCards.com pick the templates. So I've selected the image. I'm going to select a player name, and then I'm going to click Tag and Upload. So the website will show you how the progress is going with the upload. If you're tagging multiple files, you'll get a nice list of what's in the upload queue and to be able to see the progress of that as it is working. Okay, so the site will automatically index you to the next photo in the list, and you can select a player and continue tagging. And we'll just tag a few of these images. And give you a feel for how the site is working. Okay, so there's also a feature in here for uploading pictures for the team you're playing against. So this is handy in case you get some good pictures of the opposing team, and you want to hand those off to the team photographer from that team. So the way you can do that is you use this section of the actions here, where you can select the other team that you're playing with. And it will allow you to choose from the teams that are in the division of the team that you have selected. Okay, so I've currently selected the Angels, so I can see these are the other teams that are available in the minors division for Wilsonville Little League. So let's say I want to upload that for the Pirates, then I don't have to tag it. Whatever tag you have selected here won't matter, and you can upload that for the other team. And I'll show you in a minute what happens with that. So I have a series of images here from the other team. So I'll go ahead and this is from the first team I was working with. Now, you also have the ability here to create tags in this interface. So let's say you have a picture of the coach and you want to make a card for the coach. So I can easily add a tag for the coach. So this is Coach Kevin, and I'm just going to add that tag. So now Coach Kevin shows up in our players list, and I can tag and upload images with his name. Okay, so we'll just finish up here, and I'm just randomly picking players' names so that you can see the functionality of the site. And once we get done with this, okay, so for these last two, I'm going to say that I want to pick the templates, and we'll see what that looks like. So we'll go ahead and upload that, and we'll upload that one. Okay, so one thing that you'll want to be aware of, you need to stay on this page until the upload queue is completely processed. So if I navigate away from this page now, these last three images will not complete upload, and so you'll get some unexpected results there. So it's always best to wait until all of the uploading is complete before you navigate away from this page. Okay, so we've completed upload of all of those images. Now if we go back to our dashboard, we'll start to see some interesting results. So those files were uploaded for the Angels. So I'm going to select the Angels from my team's list, and now you'll start to see some data showing up in this table. So recall that we had the flow. So for the cards where we ask MyTraderCards.com to select the template for us, they'll go directly to the submitted state. For the images where we said we wanted to pick the card template, they will be in the raw state once the upload is completed. So you can see the last two images that we uploaded are showing as raw, and the rest of the images are showing as submitted. Okay, so I can look at these individual images by clicking on any one of the numbers in the table. They will all link to the content and show you the status that you have, show you the images that for that player that have that given status. Okay, so this is an easy way to keep track of how you're doing for your team. As the season progresses, you want to make sure that you have a good distribution of images across your team. Usually what happens is one or two kids on the team will be super photogenic and you'll end up with a ton of pictures of them. And there'll be one or two kids that either have been sick or were on vacation or something, and you missed them at the game that you were taking pictures at. And so, those kids will tend to have, fewer images or no images. And so you can use this table to help you manage the way that you take pictures of the team so that you end up with a good set of content for all the players. Okay, so that's how we do uploading. Okay, so now let's go and pick card templates for these two cards where we decided that we wanted to pick our own templates. So you do that by going to MyTraderCards and select Card Styles. And you'll see the familiar My Teams list here. So you'll want to select the team that you're working with. Now we had the two players, I believe were Colton and Derek. So clicking on the player's name will show you a thumbnail of the images for which you need to select a card style. And then you have on the right-hand side of the page here, you have a list of selections that you can pick. And these are all the different templates that we have that you can pick and associate that image with. So let's just go ahead and pick one that'll look good with that particular photograph. So it has sort of a vertical aspect ratio to it. So I'm going to pick a card that has a nice vertical aspect ratio to it. And if I decide, hey, I don't like that card, I can go change card styles and I can pick a different one. Now, one thing, the card styles examples that are on the website all show team logos associated with Tigard. The cards that are created for other leagues will have the corresponding logo for that league. So all of the card templates get updated with the proper logo, and also the card color treatment is changed to match the uniforms of the team. So all of that will happen automatically for you. So let's go ahead and pick a card template, and let's say we want to use this card. And so we'll drag this image into the selected images area, and then we'll just click submit. And we've assigned this card template to that image, and we're done with Colton. And now all we have to do is go and select a card for Derek. Now this one has a horizontal feel to it, so I wouldn't want to assign it to this card template. It wouldn't work. So I'll pick something that has a horizontal aspect ratio to it, maybe this one, and we'll submit that image for that card style. Okay, so now we've assigned card templates to those images, and if we go back to our dashboard and again select the angels from our My Teams list, we'll see that the status has been updated for those players. So now those cards are showing as submitted as well, and if I select click on the numbers in each of those cells, I can see the images there and know that they've been submitted. So that's all there is to it for uploading images and assigning card styles to them. There is another feature that's available in almost every page of the website. If you click on one of the thumbnail images, you'll get a larger image of it. This is sometimes helpful when you're tagging the images and you can't tell which of the players it is. It's useful to make that bigger, and then you can use the arrow keys to cycle through the images that are selected that way, and then I just hit escape to return to the normal view. Now there's one last thing that I want to show you on the user dashboard. Remember when we were tagging the images, how we took two of the images and we assigned them to the other team. So what happens in that case is any photographer who has that other team in their My Teams list will get a message in their user dashboard. So you remember we assigned them to the Pirates, and so now we see in our user dashboard, because we have the Pirates in our My Team list, we get this little blue button here, right, that says, hey, you have photos to tag for the Pirates. So if I click on that button, I can see the two images here that we had previously assigned. Now, normally these would be coming from some other photographer, or you would be tagging them as other team, and so that team photographer would find them in their dashboard. But what you'll do is you'll click on the image, select a player's name associated with that image, and just tag the image. And you can do that for whatever images the other photographers send to you, or if you decide that, hey, that image isn't good, I don't want to make a card out of that, you can just click delete selected image and it will no longer show up in your user dashboard. So that's really all there is to it. Once your images have reached the submitted status, then your work is done and MyTraderCards takes over from there. Submitted images go through a review process where we try and eliminate images that aren't suitable for cards. So maybe the images are blurry or there's many copies of a single image for a given player. Once they pass the review stage, then they will show up in your user dashboard as WIP or work in progress. And shortly after that, the cards will be completed and they'll show up in the done status in your user dashboard. So that's really all there is to it. So good luck and enjoy the Trader Card project.